Hey guys, it's Madman from the Mad Gaming channel. Today we're taking a look at the top 5 most overhyped games of all time. I'll take this list number 5 least hyped to number 1 most hyped. Leave a like, please subscribe, share this with your friends, and check out my other videos. Link will be in the description below. I will also drop a link telling you where I got this information so you can go check that out. Leave a like and please subscribe. Just as a side note, at the end of the video I will tell you guys why I did not include No Man's Sky in the list. But yeah, watch the video to find out. For number 5 on this list, we're gonna kick it off with Watch Dogs. Speaking of major AAA releases, Watch Dogs looked set to be the biggest game of the year. Beautiful graphics, an unparalleled immersive world, and the ability to hack just about everything were all selling points that Ubisoft were pushing hard. Things were looking a bit shaky after the game was delayed for around 6 months, but the stunning E3 appearances had long commented Watch Dogs' place as one of the most anticipated games of 2014. By the time the game was released, it looked nowhere near as good as the pre-release footage. Missions were linear and the cars handled terribly. Sadly, Watch Dogs just wasn't as exciting as Ubisoft wanted us to believe. And 2013's Grand Theft Auto 5 had already outdone it by a mile. And in 4th place, we're taking a look at Daikatana. When a game is more famous for its marketing campaign than the end product, you know that something went seriously wrong. Daikatana has become notorious for the bold posters that hyped it up, covered in phrases like John Remora's about to make you his bitch, and suck it down. I mean, despite the controversial marketing, Romero was still considered a genius at the time, seemingly incapable of pushing out a bad game. Daikatana was exactly that though, a bad game. In fact, it's widely considered to be one of the worst games ever released, thanks to its ridiculous number of bugs, terrible graphics, and totally irrelevant in the industry at the time with games like Half-Life and Medal of Honor. And in 3rd place, we're taking a look at a very, very sad game, Destiny. For a while, it really looked like Destiny was going to be the next big thing, like Halo or Call of Duty, you know, that kind of big. Featuring one of the most impressively large-scale marketing campaigns in the history of gaming. And with a well-respected developer at the helm, Destiny was one of the most hyped games of all time. Therefore, it was devastating to many gamers when Destiny received subpar review scores from several major publications, and a general consensus that the game was just outright disappointing. The most common complaints were that Destiny just didn't have enough for gamers to do, and what was there felt extremely repetitive, like Titanfall. It was by no means a bad game, it just didn't quite have enough depth to be elevated to the heights it was aiming for. And in 2nd place, we're looking at a game called Spore. Spore was going to be the absolute king of God games. Designed and developed by SimCity creator Will Wright, Spore was in the making for a huge amount of time with a massive budget to boot, a ridiculously ambitious premise, a colossal amount of talent involved, and no shortage of financial backing. Spore looked like a surefire hit. Unfortunately, things didn't quite go out as expected. Pre-release material suggested Spore would be a transcendent experience, letting you experience life from single-celled organisms all the way up to complex spacefaring civilizations. Instead, other than a pretty fun creature creator, Spore was a hugely underwhelming collection of average minigames, culminating in a lackluster strategy title at the end. It was just not a good game. I mean, it had so much potential, and I really don't understand how it went so wrong. And in 1st place, we're taking a look at a game that I was really excited for, Duke Nukem Forever. With its development schedule that was dragged out over 15 years and news that it varied between the project being dead and alive, Duke Nukem Forever had an excruciatingly long build-up before its final release. Because of this, the inevitable hype that accompanied the game's eventual release, felt oddly unnatural, as if everyone was going through the motions because they had to. Although a gameplay trailer almost tricked everyone into half hoping that Duke Nukem Forever just might be the explosive comeback we all wanted, the final release was pretty dire. It wasn't a catastrophic failure though. Instead, Duke Nukem Forever was just a painfully average crawl filled with outdated humor, bad level design, the odd feeling that you were trying to squeeze the fun out of something that had been dead for almost 2 decades. It just didn't work. The reason I didn't include No Man's Sky is because I'm taking a look at the most overhyped games as a whole, not a single aspect of a game. No Man's Sky delivered pretty damn well, but just not on the multiplayer front. They really messed up because there is no actual multiplayer. So no, No Man's Sky just didn't work, and the reason for that is only the multiplayer aspect. The rest, not too bad, and that's the main reason it's not on this list.